Now, let's dive deeper with the other books of merchandising business. Yun yung tinatawag natin na special journals. Okay? So, pag sinabi nating special journals, they are books of original entries other than general journal. So, kung matatandaan ninyo sa accounting cycle ni Service, no, ang description natin for journal ay book of original entries. Pero pagdating sa merchandising business, hindi na lang si general journal yun, but rather, meron na tayong tinatawag na special journals. And they are being used to record specific types of transactions of similar nature. Like for example, ay itong mga given na special journals natin na madalas na ginagamit for a merchandising business. So, una, we have the sales journal. So, ang nire-record natin dito ay mga sales on account. Okay? Be reminded na ang nire-record natin dito ay on account ha na sales because if that is cash sales, okay? If cash sales yan ay pasok na dito sa cash receipts journal which is about transactions related to the receipt of cash. Okay? Ito kasing si cash sales, nakatanggap na agad tayo ng cash dyan directly. So, directly din natin, i-record na siya as cash receipts journal. Pero pag sales journal, yun nga, on account tayo. Okay? And then, purchases journal ay any purchases of merchandise or other items, basta on account. Okay? On account. Another thing pala pagdating sa sales journal is dito kasi sa sales natin, we are only talking about merchandise sales dito. Okay? So, later on, mas pag-uusapan natin. Pero itong purchases ay anything, merchandise or other items, other assets, like for example, supplies, equipment, ganyan. So, pasok yan sa purchases journal as long as this is on account. Okay? Hindi pa natin siya nababayaran in cash. And then, we have also the cash disbursements journal kung saan dito naman nire-record yung mga transactions related to payments of cash. Okay? So, 4 sila na special journals na madalas ginagamit for a merchandising business. Pero, kapag yung mga transactions ay hindi na fit doon sa special journals natin, saka siya pumapasok sa tinatawag natin na general journal wherein the entries that do not fit the other special journals are being recorded here. Okay? So, ano yung mga advantage ng pagkakaroon ng special journals? Una, it permits division of labor kasi pwede naman yung ibigay or i-assign sa iba't ibang tao, no? Yung mga bawat special journal na yan. Kasi tandaan nga natin na maraming transactions na nangyayari sa isang business daily, no? Sa mga nababasa natin sa accounting books, konti lang yung mga transactions na yun. Pero in reality, napakarami talagang transactions na nangyayari. Especially if your business is kumbaga profitable. Okay? Next, reduces recording time. So, hindi na lang kasi tayo iisang book lang yung ginagamit natin in recording, but rather, meron na tayong special journals. And if partnered with division of labor, talagang nakaka-reduce tayo ng recording time. Okay? Kasi pwedeng gawin simultaneously yung pagre-record if nagkakasabay yung mga transactions. And lastly, we have the more posting time is saved. So, anong nangyayari kasi, no, pagdating sa special journals, may mga totals na yan na pwede kang kunin per accounts, no? And then, yung totals na yun ay, yun na lang yung tinatransfer sa ledger. Okay? Or sa general ledger. No? So, mas mabilis yung process pag ganun. And hindi na rin masyadong scattered yung mga amounts pagdating sa general journal. Kaya mas madali nating nakikita yung final balance, okay, for a certain period of time. Okay. So, that's the advantages. So, ang gawin naman natin ngayon ay let's dig deeper with the different kinds of special journals. Start tayo with sales journal. So, si sales journal, no, yung mga transactions na nire-record natin dito, mas maganda na meron siyang tinatawag na supporting documents. Okay? Supporting docs or kaya ay source documents. So, ang pagdating sa sales journal, ang source document na tinitignan natin dyan ay yung tinatawag na sales invoice. And then, another thing is, be reminded na yung sales na i-record natin dito ay dapat on account. Okay? Cash sales are recorded in a cash receipts journal as what we have mentioned kanina. And then yung credit sales of assets other than merchandise inventory are recorded in general journal. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na si sales journal no ay naka-angkla lang doon sa pagbebenta ng mga merchandise na talagang ino-offer natin sa market. Okay? Pero yung kunwari unusual na ibebenta natin yung equipment natin to our customer, hindi na yun part ng sales journal o hindi na dyan nire-record yung sales journal, sa sales journal. But rather sa general ledger na. Okay? Ang laman ng sales journal, we have columns for date, sales invoice number, and customer account to be debited. So later on, makikita nyo yung figure no, ng sales journal. And then, daily posting tayo ng entries from sales journal to subsidiary ledger. Kasi para if ever na may magtanong sa atin or may customer inquiry regarding their balances, no, ay masasabi agad natin sa kanila kung magkano yung balance nila, magkano yung utang nila, and so on. Okay? So, here I will show you an example of sales journal. Pasensya na if medyo malabo. This is from the book of Sir Balyada, yung BFAR, Basic Financial Accounting and Reporting. So, hopefully meron din kayong ganun para mas makapag-practice kayo kasi madaming mga activities doon. Okay? So, we have here a sales journal. As you can see, this is a table, no? We have the date, kung kailan nangyari yung transaction, the invoice coming from our sales invoice, no? And then, we have the account debited, so kung sino yung customer na pinagbentahan natin. And then, post-ref, kung na-post na ba natin siya, i-check nyo lang naman yan, lalagyan nyo lang ng check, ganyan. And then, we have the column for accounts receivable and sales. Okay? Dito, sa example ng sales journal, pinag-isa na nila yung accounts receivable and sales na column kasi parehas lang naman ng amount, no? And then yung kumbaga yung double entry bookkeeping na sinusunod natin na kailangan may debit, may credit ay silang dalawa lang naman, no? Yung nasa example natin for the sales journal. Pero may mga pagkakataon na or may mga chance na magkahiwalay itong dalawang to, si accounts receivable at saka si sales kasi most probably ay may tax or sabihin natin na output tax no na sinusunod. Kaya hindi sila nagkakapareho ng amount, no? Kasi si output tax ay binabawasan si sales natin para makuha yung sales without output tax. Okay? Pero for this one ay hindi muna natin pag-usapan si output tax. We just have to familiarize first yung idea ng special journals. Okay? So, pagdating dito, no, sa dulo ay may total. Okay? This is the total for the accounts receivable debit and total ng sales credit. So, ito, ita-transfer natin. Pag transfer na sa general journal, no, ito na siya. No? So, we have the sales, we have the accounts receivable, this is the general ledger. Makikita nyo na 250,000, yung total lang yung nilagay natin instead of putting the, what they call that, yung bawat isang transaction na nangyari related to sales, no? Again, total lang yung nilagay natin because that's what makes sales, special journals convenient in recording. Okay? Hindi na natin siya kailangang isa-isahin para mas madali natin siyang ma-identify kung ano yung ending balance. Okay? So, another thing, no, is kapag meron tayo dito mga amounts, no, related to our customers, kailangan din natin silang i-transfer sa subsidiary ledger. Ito kasi general ledger, ito subsidiary ledger na. Sa subsidiary ledger, dito natin nilalagay yung kumbaga meron tayong recording per customer. Okay? As what we have mentioned kanina sa kung ano yung perspective natin when it comes to subsidiary ledger, no? So, ayan, ina-update natin yung accounts ng bawat customer para, again, pag may nagtanong sa atin, alam natin kung magkano yung balance nila para ma-remind din sila kung magkano na lang yung kailangan nilang bayaran. Okay? That's how sales journal works, kung paano yung pag-transfer ng amount from sales journal to general ledger and also from sales journal to subsidiary ledger. Okay. So, sige, next tayo. Ang next natin na pag-uusapan ay cash receipts journal. So, sa cash receipts journal, from the term itself, yung mga transactions ay dapat related to cash receipts or nakatanggap tayo ng cash. Okay? Most of the time, nakakatanggap tayo ng cash receipts from collections on account or cash sales. So, kunwari, meron tayong sales on account. Okay? Sales on account. So, kunwari, nagbayad na si customer. So, kung ano yung collections natin from that utang ni customer, no, ay nire-record natin sa cash receipts na journal. As well as the cash sales kapag nagbenta tayo tapos nakatanggap agad tayo ng cash. So, dito agad yan. Okay. So, another one na pwedeng transactions na ma-record natin dito ay yung investment from owners. So, kunwari nakatanggap tayo ng cash as additional investment from our owners. And also the loan releases, no? For example, nag-loan tayo, so makakatanggap tayo ng pera from the bank. So, yun, dito din natin siya nilalagay sa cash receipts. Okay. So, yung mga pwede nating maging source documents as reference, no, in transactions na i-record natin dito ay yung official receipts, cash receipts, cash register tapes, cash slips, tsaka bank credit memorandum. Ano yung ibig sabihin yan? Yung official receipt, no, is kunwari naka-receive talaga tayo ng cash from them. So, official receipt, OOR, no? Kapag ito kasi ay kumbaga, nire-release natin sa customers yung official receipt once na nakatanggap na tayo ng cash or payment from them, di ba? So, pwede yun maging source document or supporting document. The next one is cash register tape. So, ang ibig sabihin yan, like for example, sa mga supermarkets, so, di ba yung pahaba na resibo, so, that is considered as cash register tapes. Mukha kasi siyang tape, no? Yung haba niya. And then, yung cash slips, I don't know, I'm not sure really kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng cash slips, pero isa din yan sa pwedeng maging supporting document. And yung bank credit memorandum naman, ito yung kapag nakatanggap ka ng payment from customer pero instead na sa'yo magbayad, ay doon mismo sa bangko mo nag-deposit. Okay? And i-update ka na lang ni bangko regarding that deposit through credit memorandum. So, merong isi-send sa'yo na document, which is the credit memorandum. Okay? Okay. So, yung totals ng mga columns na nandun sa cash receipts journal ay pinopost natin sa general ledger. Just like what we have done with the sales journal, di ba? Na pagdating sa general ledger, total na lang ng sales tsaka accounts receivable yung ni-record natin. Okay? Okay. So, meron tayong example ng cash receipts journal dito. We have here. Yan. Ito yung example ng cash receipts journal. So, kung makikita mo, meron dito tayong date. And then, we have the OR number or the official receipt number. And then, the description kung sino yung mga nagbayad na ang tawag dito, na mga customers, no? So, dito natin nakalagay. Dito siya nakalagay. Or kapag hindi naman customer ay, kunwari, investment by owner. Yan. So, kaya description yung nakalagay. Okay. And then, we have here debits and credits. So, pagdating sa special journals, huwag niyong kakalimutan na we are still practicing the recording with the debits and credits or the double entry bookkeeping. So, kung debit siya, kung credit siya, lagay mo talaga doon, okay? Mostly, yung debits natin ay cash, tsaka sales discount. If we can recall, no, si sales ay merong credit balance. Okay, that's the normal balance of sales. And then, syempre may mga contra sales tayo na accounts, which are the SD or the sales discount and the SRA or the sales returns and allowances. So kapag may sales discount, yan, pareho silang nasa debit, 'di ba? When it comes to kapag may payment. So yan, magkatabi sila dito, no? And then sa credits naman, we have the accounts receivable. So uh, kapag binayaran na tayo ni customer, 'di ba, nagki-credit tayo ng accounts receivable. And then kung may cash sales naman, so credit sales, 'di ba? And then kung may other accounts pa na maapektuhan for that transaction, basta naka-receive tayo ng cash, no? Kasi cash receipts nga, dito natin nilalagay sa other accounts. Okay, for the credit side. Like for example, we received cash worth 500,000, investment ni owner yon. So we have to use Nazario Capital. Okay, amount 500,000. Okay? And then yung PR ay kung ano yung account number niya sa chart of accounts. And then kapag notes payable naman din kapag bank loan, 'di ba? So yan, 300,000. Okay? If you can notice here, no, itong mga may special columns na accounts, nagkakaroon lang sila ng sarili nilang column because ano siya, lagi siyang nag-o-occur sa transactions. Like for example, si cash, lagi yung or hindi yan mawawala pagdating sa pagre-record ng mga transactions under cash receipts journal because we are talking about cash. Okay? Kaya meron siyang sariling column. No? So para mas madali na lang din na i-total sa dulo kung magkano yung cash na total natin, then record to general ledger. Okay? So, yan, ito total natin sila, ganyan. So, yan. Okay. Pagdating sa general ledger, no, kapag transfer na natin sila, itong cash, transfer natin sa sales, yan. We have debit here na 1,348,000. So, talagang convenient kapag tinotal na lang. Kasi total na lang ilalagay mo sa general ledger. Hindi mo na siya kailangan isa-isahin unlike yung service business. Okay? Tapos, yung another accounts pa like sales discount. Ayan, ito, nandito tayo. 2,000. Ayan. And then, accounts receivable. Ayan. Nare-record din, no? Kanina, meron tayong general journal. Ay, hindi pala kanina, pero tama ba ako? Sales journal. Meron tayong 250,000, no? Tapos meron naman tayong record din from cash receipts na credit ng accounts receivable. Kumbaga parang ano lang talagang na-update natin yung total na lang, hindi na yung isa-isa per transaction. Okay? And nakalimutan ko din palang sabihin, no, na itong mga GJ, CR1, yan ay mga in reference lang kung saan siya nanggaling na special journal. Pag GJ, general journal, and then pag SJ naman ay sales journal, pag cash receipts journal ay CR, tapos cash disbursement ata ay CB. Okay, and then ano pa ba? Purchases journal para PJ. Yan. So, purchases journal. Yan. So, again, kinukuha natin yung mga total, tapos yung total na lang yung nilalagay natin sa general ledger. Okay? Same goes with other accounts, pero isa-isa na natin siyang gagawin kasi nga, hindi naman siya laging nag-o-occur, no? So, okay lang na isa-isahin. Pero kapag, kunwari, nagdalawa to, kunwari, Nazario Capital. Yan. Pwede mo naman na kunin na lang yung, sabi natin yung 100,000. So, pwede naman gawin mo, ipag-total mo na lang tong dalawa. So, 600. Tapos saka mo i-transfer, no? Sa general ledger. Pwede naman yun. Okay? And then, apart from the general ledger is dapat meron din tayong subsidiary ledger, di ba? So, kapag cash receipts, syempre pababa yung ating accounts receivable. And then, eto, makikita natin dito, yung tatlong to, no, ay i-record natin as credit. Okay, kaya dito, pagdating dito ay, sige, i-trace natin. This is the, yan, papunta sa Dito, I think. Yan. Okay, credit, no? Tapos, another thing is, ito pa, credit din. Tapos, ito pa, credit din. No? Ayan, so, kini-credit nila, kumbaga parang we are updating the balances, no, of our subsidiary ledger na accounts receivable. Okay? So, yun. That's the cash receipts journal. Okay? So, yung schedule ng account balances in the subsidiary ledger usually prepared at the end of a period. Verification of amount from control account, general ledger. Okay. So, di ba meron tayong mga, dito sa subsidiary ledger, at the end of a period, lalagyan natin yan ng balance kung ano yung matitira. Kunwari, dito 40,000 yung natira kasi wala namang tayong credit. Dito naman, mag-zero out kasi 30-30 pareho. Kay Dipolog. Kay Pagadian, 50 din. 50 lang. Kay Zamboanga, mag-zero out to. Ito, 10,000. Tapos, ito ay 50-50, 100. O, mag-zero out din to. Okay? So, yung mga hindi na zero, no, ay yung mga meron pang balance, no, at the end of the period, ay gagawa natin ng schedule. Okay, ang ibig sabihin ng schedule ay, wait lang, I think wala pala yun dito. Okay, so gagawa tayo ng schedule. So, paano siya gagawin? Sino ba yung mga natitira pa? Si Dapitan. Saan ko ba pwedeng ilagay? So, sige, dito na lang. So, di ba, kunwari, meron tayong Dapitan, tapos, Pagadian, tsaka 40K to, tapos si Pagadian 50K, and then si Butuan 10K. Okay. Kumbaga yung schedule kasi is parang listahan ng mga balances ng mga customers. Okay? So 40 plus 50 plus 10, that is 100K, no? So itong 100K na total ay kailangan nating i-confirm if tama siya dun sa general ledger natin. So, pag tinignan natin dito ay 250 minus 50, 200 minus 100, that's 100,000. Yung balance. So, we have to verify kung pareho ba yung total ng subsidiary ledger for accounts receivable and yung control account ng accounts receivable under general ledger. Pag pareho sila, ibig sabihin tama yung ating recording. Okay? So, that is what we call the schedule. Okay? Schedule of account balances. Okay. Next, we have the purchase